Everybody, and welcome to Atheist Sunday School, your one-stop shop for everything Atheist Sunday and school.
And boy, do we have a show for you this time.
Yes, we do. And we are sponsored today by Honey and what are some other ones?
Audible
and
Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club, of course.
There's gotta be other ones.
And all
Is
other...
Is mine still around?
I don't know. But all other websites that promote on YouTube.
Yep, we're definitely sponsored by them.
All of them.
All of them.
Every single last one. And you know what? We're going to start off the show, obviously, with the 100-point show.
Yes.
So I have a 100-point show question.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's over here on my phone. Actually, no, I have it in my head.
Yeah, just take your time.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it's a different one. Yep, it's in my head. Okay. What is
we have a guest too?
Yeah, we do have a guest.
He's blurry right now for some reason. Oh, the camera focus.
Our guest is Chris Hansen from
Dateline NBC.
Oh my God! No, even better, from Biblical History Skeptics.
Wow, that is better than Dateline NBC.
I agree. Say hello, Chris.
Hi, you worthless cunts.
Hello. Okay. I'm glad that he's here with us. So, my 100-point show question is, when Brett the Hitman Hart was, when he was pretty much betrayed by both Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels in Canada, and he pretty much he left the company because of this. What is the name of that event? No? Nobody?
Heartbreaker?
No, but that's good.
Undertaker?
Wow, no.
Big Show.
Okay, you guys don't know shit about this. The answer is the Montreal Screwjob. I know it sounds like a sex act, but it's not.
It sounds amazing. I'm going to look that up on Pornhub later.
Go ahead. Yep. So, because you guys are
plebs. Do we have max
plebs,
volume coming out of him, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So because you're both plebs, why don't you give us a 100-point show question, Ruben?
All right. In The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh, I'm going to get this one.
All right. Bilbo Baggins tricks Gollum with a riddle. What was that riddle, and what was the answer that Gollum gave to the riddle?
I don't know, but I'm going to put my money on Chris knowing it.
What have I got in my pockets? And Gollum's answers, he actually gave multiple answers. He first thought of all the things he kept in his pockets, like bat wings and stuff like that. And then he posited things like string and nothing and stuff. So.
Yep. You got it. You got 100 points.
Wow.
Congratulations.
That almost never happens.
I have almost every single published work of J.R.R. Tolkien, and I read them every year. So.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a problem.
Well, it's
someone help Chris
like
Hansen.
reading the Bible.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Okay.
So, your 100-point show question, Chris.
Okay.
What was the 6th album of the German rock band Fleur de Cologne?
Pass.
Suck my dick and call me Sally.
No.
Damn, I took a shot.
Ich bin ein Berliner?
No. The 6th album of Fleur de Cologne was Mumien,
Great.
Thanks.
with album art by H.R. Giger.
Well,
And
that's
it's got
cool.
a nice little swastika.
Demonetized.
Great, thanks for that.
Was that published by a German company, or was that?
It's a political satire album that is basically just losing its crap over neo-Nazis and stuff like that.
Oh.
Gotcha. Well, before we hop into the show, we do have a few announcements.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. So, first of all, we are still doing the Demon Drive. So once we hit $666, we will attempt to summon a demon.
Whatever that means.
Yeah,
Better
whatever
be a
that
fucking sex demon.
I'm not sure which one. We'll decide.
Well, we'll have to consult the astrological charts.
Yeah, we'll have to do
Whatever's
that.
available
Obviously.
at the time.
Yeah.
You know, they're busy demons,
And
guys.
Right now, we're at about $465 around there. So,
465.
yep. So we're getting there. We are getting there. And
So just like $200 more, and then we unleash hell upon the earth.
yes, exactly. For $200.
That's it?
Yeah, like that's a good price to unleash hell upon the
I
earth.
mean, if it does happen, it happens. I'm
Yeah.
not going to, like, oh, man, we don't know what we did if we did it,
Exactly.
and we don't know how to stop it if we did.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
And we do have a few other things here. First of all, I would like to thank Landon because he got some books off of our wish list
Yes.
that came in. Now, one of them isn't here, but it's The Invention of Judaism by J.J. Collins. I'm very excited to get that. It is green, so you're not going to see it that well, but I think it looks pretty cool.
Why don't you show it up to your camera,
when
Ruben?
it's green screened. Greek epic fragments. So obviously not full stories, but stuff that is found and referenced in other writings. I think it's pretty legit.
Is that a Loeb?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I got some Loebs too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here, put it on the screen so everyone can see the green screen again. Yeah?
Here.
And the other book we have.
Look at that.
Green screen.
There we
Plato and
go.
Aristotle.
Nice. Those look so cool when they get
Yeah.
green screened.
Nice.
What's the other one?
The other one is Socratic Puzzles by Robert Nozick. And I like Nozick's political philosophy. It's fun and it's nice. So hopefully this is also good.
Yeah, let's hope. So, and we also have this. Now this is something very special. If you want to turn it. Oh, we're going to do that too. We're going to read a story out of here. And it's pretty quick. It's pretty short. But this is a Sunday school program builder. So all those little plays that they have kids do in Sunday schools. These are some scripts for the mini plays, the sketches that they do to teach kids about, Jesus, I guess. And we're going to be going over one of them, a pretty short one. And
Are we going over that one?
Hey,
Yeah, the
Lawrence,
one that I
think
picked
your
out.
mic is clipped in a
Okay.
way where you keep rubbing up against your shirt.
is it okay? I'm not sure how.
I am pretty sure.
I'm not sure how I would fix that.
By clipping it so that it doesn't clip into the fold. Well, that's a little better.
Whatever.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
we're going to be reading Mortimer and Disappointments,
Yes.
a puppet sketch.
But also, before we do that, it is the start of the month, so we have a T-shirt giveaway.
a T-shirt giveaway?
Yes, and the
Is
T-shirt.
it going to Dwayne?
I don't know, but it went to Dwayne a bunch of times.
We tested the wheel.
we did test it,
the
and
wheel
it's not
does not
rigged.
always roll him,
It
but
does
every
not.
time we're live, the wheel does.
Yes, apparently.
Apparently.
So let's do. And if you want to be on the wheel and have the possibility of getting a free T-shirt, then you can become a $10 patron, because all $10 patrons are entered into this giveaway every month. So, Chris, let's spin that wheel.
Spinning the wheel.
All
In
right.
the fucking wheel. Bitch.
Wheel spun and it's not Dwayne.
Who is it?
It's the yellow one. You'll see it.
There is no yellow one.
Okay, the
There-
off beige one.
What are you?
The one in white?
Yeah. On my screen, it's off
Okay.
beige.
Okay, that's weird. Samantha?
Samantha.
Yeah,
believe
Samantha. All right, so Samantha, you will be getting a T-shirt.
Congratulations.
Ooh, do we have women's sizes?
I mean, yeah, we do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's Teespring, right?
Yeah, Teespring.
Yeah, so you just, all right. Fair enough.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Yes,
like
you do.
that
Guys,
you can get
Landon wants to
Milwaukee
know if
Atheists.
the wheel is rigged.
Yeah, the wheel is not rigged.
We don't know how the wheel works, but
We we have this
So I am bringing out
monstrosity.
this thing. So apparently Chris made this when he was
6.
6.
I had 2 of them.
What the fuck is that?
It's a sock puppet.
It is a sock puppet.
And we're doing a puppet show.
Yes, it's going to be very short. I picked a very short one.
I'm going to kill myself.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
if
you-
you do it on stream, we'll probably get a lot of viewers.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
Chris
All right.
Hansen kills himself after checks bounce.
Chris Hansen of Michigan. Ooh, we can even be precise.
Yeah.
So,
We could.
Mortimer and disappointments. Scripture, Philippians 4:11. Theme, coping with disappointment. Sad. This is a very, very sad sock puppet. Narrator, a human. Mortimer, a puppet. And, I guess this is 3. This is 3 things. Damn it. 3 characters. That
Well,
fucked
Ruben
up.
can play one, and you can play 2 with the puppet.
That's true, I could do
Come
that.
on, I'm not reading
Yeah, why
that
not?
It's
shit.
a puppet show.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
And you have to ventriloquize.
I
With
guess
the
I do.
mic?
I'm going to try that. What?
How do you ventriloquize with... Never mind.
Like, hey, Lawrence.
I'll do my best.
Ventriloquist.
I'm not a ventriloquist.
You're smiling too much.
That's true. All right, and then Ozark, a dog puppet. We don't have a dog puppet.
Give it
So I
ears.
guess I will be Mortimer, and this will be the dog puppet?
No,
Or should this-
Mortimer's a puppet. You're a dog.
Okay, so
I'll
I'm
be
the dog puppet.
narrator.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
It's okay. Lawrence looks like a dog.
that's
Yeah.
true.
We could get like a Sharpie and draw some dog whiskers on you.
We could. Let's do this. Okay, go.
Right
Read.
now?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Hello, boys and girls. Let's go see what my friend Mortimer is up to today. Let's call him together, okay? On the count of 3, let's say, Mortimer, come on out. 1, 2, 3. Mortimer, come on out.
Then Mortimer enters very slowly. Hi.
Mortimer, what's wrong with you? You are usually so bubbly.
Oh, nothing.
You don't look like it's nothing. Why don't you tell us about it without a question mark?
Well, okay. It all started this morning when I spilled my cereal all over the floor.
Oh, that's too bad, Mortimer. But it's nothing to be so down about.
Yeah, well, then I wanted to ride my bike. But when I went to get it out, the chain fell off. And there was no one around to fix it. This is awful. Why did I decide to do this?
That's
you're
a
insane.
shame, Mortimer.
Fuck it. No, fuck this. I'm saying
No,
screw it.
you commit, Lawrence. You
Throw it in the
commit.
towel.
This
It's
isn't the
awful.
Bible.
You-
This isn't the Bible.
It's Sunday school. I thought it'd be funny. It's not. It's awful. It's fucking
commit to
terrible.
it. I'm getting entertained by your embarrassment.
Ah, ridiculous.
Rachel refused to participate.
Your job is to entertain the
Landon's
guests.
saying to finish it.
No, I will not finish it. I refuse.
Landon says to finish it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Landon even asked,
Please. That's so polite.
Maybe
Yeah.
next week, 1 page at a time, guys. This is harder than the Bible.
This is way harder than the Bible, honestly. That was really awful.
Yeah, like I'm embarrassed to read the Bible. It's so bad. And this, when presented to me, was like 3 times worse. And that's saying something.
Yeah, it was pretty
I
terrible.
love this. I love all of this part of the Bible, man. This is like this is some of my favorite stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot of cool stuff in these chapters or in these books. Okay, so you know what, fuck it. Let's jump right in. And Chris, you are kind of echoing a bit, like we hear ourselves through your...
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Slarty Bartfast wants us to finish it.
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe-
Slarty.
Maybe we can do like a different video for it because this is just...
If I find the other sock puppet, because you need 2 puppets, and I have 2 stupid-looking sock puppets.
Well, we have a puppet.
That's true. I have a puppet.
Wow. And he's a dog. It's perfect.
Yep. Anyways, I have the King James Version of the Bible.
I have the English Standard Version. And what do you have, Chris?
I have the NIV.
Wow.
Damn heathen.
And we
No,
are
I'm
reading...
a fucking scrub.
We're reading chapters 9, 10, and 11 today. I'll be starting us off with chapter 9.
Yes.
And it came to pass, when Solomon had finished the building of the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and all Solomon's desire which he was pleased to do, that the Lord appeared to Solomon the second time, as he had appeared to him at Gibeon. And the Lord said unto him, I have heard thy prayer and thy supplication, that thou hast made before me. I have hallowed this house which thou hast built to put my name there forever. And mine eyes and mine heart shall be there perpetually. Ooh,
Perpetually.
that's,
Well, they were wrong.
that is
Quite a claim.
quite a claim. That is also a part of the Bible where God demonstrates that he is not all-powerful
And definitely not all-knowing.
and definitely not all-knowing.
I'm sorry, I
because-
forgot about you guys again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Remembered.
Oh, you're my chosen people. Right.
Right. That's right. I picked you and I killed a bunch of people for you. I totally forgot about that.
Whoops.
And I'm going to be here forever, perpetually.
Yep.
And definitely there's not going to be a break.
And this is a little different from his vision before, because last time God just kind of started talking to him. Like he didn't
well,
say
this
he.
time he appeared
I
and
know.
started.
I know. But I'm just saying it.
And the time before that, it was a dream.
Mhm.
Which also they take seriously, because dreams are messages from God.
Some of them.
Well, what are the rest of them?
Well, in the Bible, I think it's pretty much just been all of them. But
Yeah. And if thou wilt walk before me as David thy father walked, in integrity of heart and in uprightness, to do according to all that I have commanded thee, and wilt keep my statutes and judgments, then I will establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying, there shall not fail thee a man upon the throne of Israel. Which is really convenient for that monarchy that totally exists in Israel right now.
and as we know, Landon loves monarchies.
Yes, Landon is a huge fan of monarchies.
That is his favorite style of government.
And we dedicate us prematurely ending the reading to monarchies. Because we know how much those two will go together well for Landon.
All right, but if ye shall at all turn from following me, ye or your children, and will not keep my commandments and my statutes which I have set before you, but go and serve other gods and worship them, then I will cut off Israel from the land which I have given them, in this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among the people.
Damn.
So those bits and pieces of those other things they obliterated instead of them?
Well, you know, they don't really have a theocracy in Israel. Like, they don't follow biblical
Well,
Judaism.
of course they don't.
Right.
No, actually, Tel Aviv is considered one of the most friendly LGBT cities in the entire world.
Yeah.
Weird.
So,
You wouldn't think that from reading any
I
of
know.
this.
I mean, is Israel currently a proverb and a byword among all the people?
No, but it probably
If you
was.
ask Iran, maybe.
Yeah, I guess it's your perspective, yeah.
Well, then is Islam the only group that's properly following God's commandments?
That God, those commandments.
Probably no, still.
Probably definitely
Oh.
not.
Everyone's a sinner.
Well,
Yeah, they all screwed up.
Yep. Everyone's terrible.
they all suck.
Everything is bad and bad.
Hey, that's what I was gonna say.
And at this house, which is high, everyone that passeth it shall be astonished, and shall hiss, and they shall say, Why hath the Lord done thus unto this land and to this house?
So hold on just a second.
Okay.
So my translation says, and this house will become a heap of ruins. So, it's just going to be destroyed. Very interesting.
How much of a house in a pile does it take to be a heap?
Oh my God. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Come on, they use
No.
pile.
Fuck off. We're not doing
Well,
this.
I think it requires exactly 1 metric ton to be a heap.
Wow. That's
Wow.
pretty exact.
Hey, thanks.
Well, every time I see a heap of sand, I'll know exactly what I'm referring to now. 1
See?
metric ton.
My prescriptive definitions are just great.
How come your camera's twitching out, Chris?
My camera's twitching out?
Yeah, it's bouncing.
Oh, you mean it's bouncing?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
That's because it's sitting on a wobbly keyboard.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
That's a weird place to keep a camera.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, you know what?
Just keep twitching.
And they shall answer, because they forsook the Lord their God, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt, and have taken hold upon other gods, and have worshipped them and served them. Therefore hath the Lord brought upon them all this evil.
And it's really neat that like all the stuff that we get of like idolatry, a lot of it actually, well, if we're talking about like the golden calves specifically, those are identified with Yahweh because they're always like referred to as, these are your gods, the ones who brought you out of the land of Egypt. They're always identified with Yahweh.
Yes. So this part is post-exile.
Yeah,
Well,
or exilic.
Rachel, you're right.
Yeah.
Good job.
I mean, that's what I can only surmise.
Yeah.
You get 100 points.
Or it was pre-exilic and it was predicting the future.
No, it was not. That did not happen.
Can
And-
you prove it, Lawrence?
No, I can't.
Well,
See? Therefore it was.
Oh, man.
well, you believe in logic, don't you?
It was just God. And
Well, you
God
can't
is
have
not
logic
logical.
without a transcendent deity
Oh, shut
that
the fuck up.
maintains the laws of logic.
He's right.
Hey, Matt Slick, when did you get here?
I've always been.
Oh my God.
And it came to pass at the end of 20 years, when Solomon had built 2 houses. Good job. 20 years. 2
Congratulations.
houses. Yeah, great.
Hey, they're the same as the last house, and you remember how much description that house had?
No.
Yeah, he has 2 of
Good
those
amount of-
now.
Good amount
2
of description.
golden houses.
The house of the Lord and the king's house.
See?
Now, Hiram, the king of Tyre, had furnished Solomon with cedar trees and fir trees and with gold according to all his desire. That then King Solomon gave Hiram 20 cities in the land of Galilee.
That's really nice.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah. And Hiram came out of Tyre to set, or Tyre,
Whatever.
Liar.
Tyre, all right.
Tyre, to see the cities which Solomon had given him, and they pleased him not. And he said, What cities are these,
It's the
which
shittiest.
thou hast given me, my brother? And he called them the land of Kabul unto this day. And Hiram sent to the king 60 talents of gold. And this is the reason of the levy which King Solomon raised, for to build the house of the Lord, and his own house, and Millo, and the wall of Jerusalem, and Hazor, and Megiddo, and Gezer. So he was like, we gotta bring in more taxes, because we gotta build a wall
Pretty
around
much.
Jerusalem.
Pretty much. Also,
It's gonna be the best wall.
And we're
Yeah,
gonna make
yes.
the Levites pay for it all.
also,
And that other half tribe.
so this guy was not so happy with the cities that he got. Do we know anything about the land of Kabul or whatever?
well, it was mentioned at least 4 cities, right, in the land of Kabul.
No, it was like, what do you get, 20 cities?
Yeah,
right?
but they mentioned 4 by name, right?
They just said 20 cities in the land of Galilee.
Yeah, in the land of Galilee.
Okay.
And
But
Well,
anyways,
I don't know if Kabul is like Kabul.
I have no idea what it's supposed to be. Do we know what
Chris,
that is? I have no idea.
Chris, anything on that?
Yeah, we have some evidence that it was a settled area in ancient Israel. Looks like the Phoenicians actually had settled it and were living there in like the 10th century BCE. Its earliest reference is actually in the book of Joshua.
Was it? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
it a little.
I remember Galilee being brought up.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, Galilee, definitely.
I think they might have been referred to as Galilee in one version and not in the other, perhaps.
I don't.
Yeah, it's assigned to the tribe of Asher in Joshua,
Oh.
and it's also
It's in the big list chapters.
if I also remember correctly, Josephus also talks about Kabul as well.
Yeah, but we don't care about that.
There's a footnote about Kabul, perhaps meaning a land good for nothing.
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. After all, if that Jesus guy is from
Man,
there.
Kabul's just getting a bad rep right there. They're just like, fuck Kabul.
All right, let's
All
go
right.
on.
And so
16.
And Hiram sent. Okay. For Pharaoh, king of Egypt, had gone up and taken Gezer, and burnt it with fire, and slain the Canaanites that dwelt in the city, and given it for a present unto his daughter, Solomon's wife. And Solomon built Gezer, and Bethor on the nether, and Baalath, and Tadmor in the wilderness in the land, and all the cities of store that Solomon had, and the cities for his chariots, and cities for his horsemen, and that which Solomon desired to build in Jerusalem, and Lebanon, and in the land of his dominion, and all the people that were left of the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, which were not of the children of Israel, their children that were left after them in the land, whom the children of Israel also were not able to utterly destroy, upon which did Solomon levy a tribute of bondservice unto this day. So, yeah, they're enslaved.
Bunch
But,
of chattel slaves.
yeah.
To all those, and to all those idiot apologists who keep saying that there was no chattel slavery in the Bible, read this again.
Yeah. But of the children of Israel did Solomon make no bondmen, but they were men of war, and his servants and his princes and his captains and rulers of his chariots and his horsemen.
People in Israel are amazing. Everybody else, fuck them.
But they have
They're
iron
they're
chariots.
fucking slaves.
But they have iron chariots.
Oh yeah, that is God's weakness. That's true.
It's like
So-
a silver bullet.
I would like to point out that 2 books ago, Samuel made some predictions about what would happen if there were a king of Israel. And I'm not sure what exactly he said, but it didn't happen with Saul and it didn't happen with David.
These are terrible prophets.
So he did bring up that the people would be taxed, and he brought up that the people would be conscripted into military service. So is that supposed to be a reference to Solomon, or do the numbers not add up? I don't know exactly what chapter
Yeah, I don't remember
makes
which exactly chapter
his
that was.
predictions.
One of them.
Oh wow, amazing.
You're the best.
One of
I know, right?
Yeah, it's in the Book of Kingdoms.
Oh great, amazing.
It's in the book of Jasher.
Yeah.
Oh
Which
yeah,
doesn't
that's right.
exist.
That's right. The Book of Jasher.
These were the chief of the officers that were over Solomon's work, 550, which bear rule over the people that wrought in the work. But Pharaoh's daughter came... She doesn't get a name.
No.
Pharaoh's
She's
daughter...
just Pharaoh's daughter.
Yeah. Came up out of the city of David unto her house, which Solomon had built for her. Then did he build Millo. And 3 times in a year did Solomon offer burnt offerings and peace offerings upon the altar which he built unto the Lord. And he burnt incense upon the altar that was before the Lord. So he finished the house. And King Solomon made a navy of ships in Ezion-Geber, which is beside Elah, on the shore of the Red Sea, in the land of Edom.
Hold on. I think we just got another subscriber. I saw Lucifer Almighty.
Really?
That popped up.
Wow.
So-
I was
Lucifer Almighty
paying
has
attention to
abandoned
audio.
God.
Yeah, Lucifer Almighty has abandoned God. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Thank you for abandoning God.
You know, it's been a long time coming. One would surmise you would have done that a long time ago. But hey, thanks for doing it now.
Yeah. So what is Millo?
A guy in the chat called OT says daughters don't need names.
Yeah.
Yeah, OT's
It's true.
great.
It's very true.
3/5 of a name.
Oh, you know what? Actually, something interesting that I did find out about Egypt. We were talking about Egypt earlier.
Yeah.
Is that they would have a fake name and a real name. The fake name was what everybody else knew, and the real name was only known by the mother and the child. Because if you wanted to put a curse on someone, you would need someone's real name.
That's why you don't know my real name.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone knows you as Lawrence, but your real name is Ruslan.
Well, they're both my name, I guess. A name of mine.
Except now
done.
everyone knows him by both, so you just gave away his protection from curses.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll be fine.
Witches and wizards in our audience, curse Lawrence.
Yeah.
Do you guys know
do
his
it.
middle name?
Prove your magic works.
That we just said it.
Oh no. You're doomed.
Yep.
Anyways.
Doomed.
Doomed.
He made this navy. And Hiram sent in the navy his servants, shipmen that had knowledge of the sea, with the servants of Solomon. So, they're saying, you said the Phoenicians had settled the area?
Kristen.
They were a seafaring people.
So this is their explanation of the Phoenicians?
poor.
Is that it's Hiram?
Well, no, the Phoenicians are in this are already settled and in existence and everything, so it's not really their explanation of them, because Tyre was one of the biggest Phoenician cities.
Okay, so they're not rewriting it. They're just not referring to him as a Phoenician here.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, Tyre was one of the biggest Phoenician cities. Their patron deity was Melkart.
Melkart. What's Melkart about? Is it just a sea god?
No, Melkart's hard to describe because he's syncretized with a lot of other gods. So he also ended up being, for example, he ended up being syncretized with Heracles.
Oh, so he's more of like a Nephilim hero type then, in this continuity.
Is he kind of a local?
He's a god, but he's it's problematic trying to. Here, let me.
Is he a local
is he-
deification of a major god?
Is he like a demigod then?
Well,
No, he's an actual god. He was the patron god of Tyre.
Yeah, so he's a patron god of a city.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of he was said to be like the start of the royal family of Tyre.
Oh yeah, people like doing that.
well, kings would declare that they had, divine.
Lineage.
Yeah.
So, I guess.
Yeah. It's actually interesting that he ended up being Melkart was venerated all the way from Lebanon, including settlement and even into settlements in Spain.
Wow. So we got.
Okay. So
I did pull it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pulled it up.
Jonah referenced it. He said it was in chapter 8,
verse 10 to 18.
Yep. So I have it pulled up. So Samuel told all the words of the Lord to the people who were asking for a king from him. He said, "These will be the ways of the king who will reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them to his chariots and to be his horsemen, and to run before his chariots. And he will appoint for himself commanders and thousands and commanders of 50s, and some to plow his ground and to reap his harvest, and to make his implements of war and the equipment of his chariots. He will take your daughters to be perfumers and cooks and bakers. He will take the best of your fields and vineyards and olive orchards and give them to his servants. He will take the 10th of your grain and of your vineyards and give it to his officers and to his servants. He will take your male servants and female servants and the best of your young men and your donkeys and put them to work. He will take the 10th of your flocks, and you shall be his slaves." That's kind of weird. And in that day you will cry out because of your king, whom you have chosen for yourselves, but the Lord will not answer you in that day.
Okay.
So it's some of the things, but he's also saying that the people will be slaves.
Right. Some of it can't be validated. Some of it is outright wrong because it says directly in verse 22, 1 Kings 9, the children of Israel did Solomon make no bondmen, so they were not slaves.
Yeah.
They do fit the other categories in there.
To a certain extent, yeah, definitely.
To a certain extent. And it doesn't say exactly what tax system he's using here, but it said that he had a levy, and the levy, it detailed earlier here, I don't recall if it had an exact...
I don't remember if it did.
I
But
think it did this
anyways, we should continue this.
Okay,
Finish this chapter up.
And they came to Ophir and fetched from thence gold 420 talents and brought it to King Solomon. So we can't put that into a percentage-based system, and that's also the last verse of this chapter.
Yeah.
We can't put it into a percentage system, so we can't validate whether or not that's a reference to what King Solomon does.
Yeah.
But otherwise, basically, Samuel is still a shitty prophet who can't tell the future, and by the rules of the Torah, that means that...
Well,
he
at this
was
point
wrong.
now, he's a ghost, or a god, I guess, because it does say Elohim when he came up from the
part of
ground, the
God
ghost
and,
story.
like, remember how many
Remember that one,
different-
Saul?
There's like
Right. That's
4 versions of that.
That's a good point.
Well, yeah, it's translated in a bunch of different ways. Yeah. But it does say Elohim. So,
Great.
all right. So that was the end of chapter 9. Let's hop right into chapter 10 then. Make sure you guys like the video if you're enjoying it. I see 20 viewers. I should see 20 likes because those really do help us out.
Yes.
Share the video, subscribe if you haven't, all that good stuff.
And click the bell for notifications when we go live.
That's true.
Ding!
That's true. That bell will actually get you the notifications. But even then, I think I heard some stuff that like it doesn't always work.
The bell doesn't actually do anything. They're lying to you.
Probably.
You know, it's like that elevator
that's
elevator
something YouTube
close
would do.
button doesn't actually do anything, and also our elevator open does. It has to for emergencies.
Right.
And neither does the crosswalk.
But yeah, the crosswalk. I was just gonna say that one. Yeah. No one gives a shit about those. They're just there to make you feel a little bit better.
I like beeping them. They make a little beepy noise nowadays.
They do, yeah. All right, chapter 10. Now, when the queen of Sheba heard... What is that noise, Chris?
Sorry.
Fucking asshole. Now, when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to test him with hard questions. And by the way, I looked at these previously. They're not hard questions.
What's your favorite color?
She came to Jerusalem with a very great, and actually it doesn't, I don't even think it says the questions. She came to Jerusalem with a very great, what is this word?
Mine says train.
I have What is that? I've never even seen that word before. I've never even seen that word
No
before.
frame of reference.
Retinue.
Retinue? What is that?
A train,
Okay.
I guess.
Gotcha.
Dun-dun-dun.
Never even heard of that word before. Okay. With-
Retinue.
Hashtag today I learned.
That's right. Today I learned. Means train.
The more you
But
know.
I think this train is a reference to like a caravan.
Yeah, the stuff that's coming along.
Right.
I mean, because they didn't have
So
locomotives.
train
Come
is
on.
caravan is retinue.
Okay.
They had dinosaurs and dragons, but they didn't have locomotives yet, guys.
With camels bearing spices and very much gold and precious stones. And when she came to Solomon, she told him all that was on her mind. And Solomon answered all her questions. There was nothing hidden from the king that he could not explain to her.
Wow.
And when the queen of Sheba had seen all the wisdom of Solomon, the house that he had built, the food on his table, the seating of his officials, and the attendance of his servants, their clothing, his cupbearers, and his burnt offerings that he offered at the house of the Lord, there was no more breath in her. So she was astounded by his
Awesome.
amazing lifestyle.
Well, mine is a bit different. Mine says there was no more spirit in her.
Oh,
Yes.
They drained her spirit.
sounds like that could mean
Solomon
different things.
straight up
Mine
stole her,
says she
stole her
was
soul.
overwhelmed. And mine's
Overwhelmed.
better 'cause mine's the NIV.
Oh,
Okay, fair enough.
all
Mine's
right.
better because it implies that Solomon stole the Queen of Sheba's soul.
Yeah, thanks, King James.
Yeah,
Keeping
mine
it
just
real
basically
since
left her
whenever
breathless.
King James is around.
And she said to the king, "The report was true that I heard in my own land of your words and of your wisdom. But I did not believe the reports until I came and my own eyes had seen it. And behold!
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 Behold, motherfuckers.
You just said behold twice.
I know, I felt like saying it twice.
Oh, it's been a while.
The half was not told me, so even better than what she had imagined. Your wisdom and prosperity surpass the report that I heard. Happy are your men, happy are your servants who continually stand before you and hear your wisdom." What a dick-sucky passage.
Yeah?
You are amazing, King Solomon.
Wow.
This
You know-
is like the biggest dick stroking ever.
Seriously.
They're like, you know the rule is show, don't tell?
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, he's so great, but I have no, like, sign of him being great. I think that he just, like, took a bunch of money from the people to build a giant gold palace, and...
Don't worry, the next section shows us all of his greatness.
All right, fantastic.
Sweet.
Let's wait. Blessed be the Lord your God, who has delighted in you and set you on the throne of Israel. Because the Lord loved Israel forever, he has made you king, that you may execute justice and righteousness. Then she gave the king 120 talents of gold and a very great quantity of spices and precious stones. Never again came such an abundance of spices as these that the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. So, let's get this straight. She brings a caravan of stuff, but she's only there to ask questions, only there to get a sense of his wisdom.
Well, you see, in
But
other
she's like,
editions-
wow, aren't you lucky that I brought all of my shit with me? Here, take some of my shit. Because you're so amazing and wealthy already.
Yeah,
You
you're
need
so
more.
wealthy, you deserve all my stuff.
Pretty much.
hooray.
Moreover, the fleet of Hiram, which brought gold from Ophir, brought from Ophir a very great amount of almug wood and precious stones. And the king made all the almug wood, made of the almug wood supports for the house of the Lord and for the king's house. Also lyres and harps for the singers. No such almug wood has ever come or been seen to this day.
I've never seen an almug
I've
tree.
never even heard of it until just now.
Yeah, learning.
It's really good wood, guys.
Really amazing wood.
It's almug.
That's what Donald wants to build the wall out of.
Great idea.
Well, if you were
It's
to
gonna be the
build,
best almug wood ever. And we're gonna make the Hittites pay for it.
And King Solomon gave to the Queen of Sheba all that she desired, whatever she asked, besides what was given her by the bounty of King Solomon. So she turned and went back to her own land with her servants. That's just, okay. This is just such a weird way for someone to write something.
Yeah.
Like, so they end the last chapter with, there's this fleet going off to get all this stuff. This queen comes to Solomon and says that, he's amazing and gives him some stuff. And then it reminds us of all the stuff that they got from Ophir. And then some of that stuff is, I'm guessing, given over to the queen. Some of it, at least. And then she leaves. That's it.
Yeah.
With her retinue.
What an incredible story in the Bible.
Yep.
Yeah, that is
That's
one
just,
hell
that's
of
just a weird way of...
a diplomatic trade there. It's so nice to have that
I agree.
shoved in there.
Hey,
We're gonna
lay off the fucking Queen of Sheba. She's the Queen of Sheba.
Oh,
We're gonna
sorry.
turn the page and it's gonna be like, and King Solomon did go into the Cisco and bought a cup of coffee, and behold, it was bitter.
Behold.
So he added sugar, and behold,
Behold.
it was better.
It was better.
Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold.
Oh no, the forbidden
It's
number
the-
of gold.
It's the tax of the beast.
The tax of the beast. Good old tax of the beast. Besides that which came from the explorers and from the business of the merchants and from all the kings of the west and from the governors of the land.
The kings of Arabia.
You could say that.
No,
It
that's what
says
his.
the kings of Arabia.
Oh, yours says the kings of Arabia. Okay.
Mine says the Arabian kings.
Ooh.
Whoa!
King Solomon made 200 large shields of beaten gold. 600 shekels of gold went into each shield. And he made 300 shields of beaten gold. 3 minas of gold. I have a little...
Mine says 3 pounds of gold.
See, okay. So I have a footnote here that says a mina was about 1¼ pounds.
Huh.
Okay.
So, and 3 minas of gold went into each shield, and the king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. The king also made a great ivory throne and overlaid it with the finest gold. The throne had 6 steps, and the throne had a round top, and on each side of the seat were armrests and 2 lions standing beside the armrests, while 12 lions stood there. Oh my god. While 12 lions stood there, one on each end of a step on the 6 steps. This is... holy shit. This sounds like a cool-ass fucking throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one tell George R. R. Martin he has been trumped.
Seriously. The like of it was never made in any kingdom. All King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None
Would it be
were...
hilarious
What?
if they discover, like, over in, like, the Hittite kingdoms or whatever, that there was actually a throne exactly like this over there?
That would be cool.
Except that, and then it would be like, where it says that there was never a throne like this anywhere
Yeah.
else. Yeah, right.
It's like fucking liars.
Well, think
know
about
shit.
it. They're building large structures out of pure gold,
Yeah.
which is
Heavy.
Heavy.
heavy and not the most like,
Durable.
Easy to destroy.
Durable.
But also they're not super easy to destroy.
They don't tarnish.
Gold can also bend quite easily.
Yeah, that's the thing. 24 karat gold, if you've ever had it, is easy to manipulate as chewing gum when you've chewed it a lot. Like, seriously, it's that malleable.
Have you chewed gold?
Yes. My mom was a jeweler.
That's how you check for gold. You bite down on it.
Well,
Yeah,
if
I
you
thought
deal
it
with
was-
Indian gold, the best way to do it is they have a place at the back of the bracelet where you're supposed to bite into
Have
it.
you treat it like gum though? Like,
I mean, yes, as well, I have.
what does it? Does it taste good?
No, actually, it has no taste because most of it stays in one piece, and so you don't really taste any of it. It doesn't, like, flake apart on you.
You should
I only did it for, like, 30 seconds.
You should make some flavored gold. And then-
Flavored gold?
Yeah.
What? It's non-flavored. So you just want...
So you should make some flavored gold.
Flavored gold sounds like the most expensive, like, chewing product.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't even know how to add flavor. Just, like, have bacon bits in there or something?
Sell it for $100,000 a pack.
Gold and bacon bits, choose.
Chewing gold.
Chewing gold. Oh, God.
None were of silver. Silver was not considered as anything in the days of Solomon. Fuck your silver.
Wow.
For the king had a fleet of ships of Tarshish at sea with the fleet of Hiram. Once every 3 years, the fleet of ships of Tarshish used to come bringing gold, silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks. Thus, King Solomon excelled all the kings of the earth in riches and in wisdom.
So now we're just straight up worshipping a sun god
Yeah.
by making giant gold palaces with lions everywhere.
Well, I mean, the thing is, with Solomon's riches, all of archaeology has pretty much proven that no, he did not. He was not this fucking wealthy. There's no way he was this fucking wealthy. There's no way his kingdom was this fucking vast.
no way. Silver was nothing.
And the whole earth sought the presence of Solomon to hear his wisdom, which God had put into his mind.
Mine says his heart.
There's some serious propaganda going on right here.
Oh, yeah. Every one of them brought his present articles of silver and gold.
Oh, fuck that silver.
Yeah, right? Fuck that silver.
That's for donkeys.
Garments, myrrh, spices, horses, and mules, so much year by year. And Solomon gathered together chariots and horsemen. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horsemen, whom he stationed in the chariot cities and with the king in Jerusalem. And the king made silver as common in Jerusalem as stone, and he made cedar as plentiful as the sycamore of the Shephelah. And Solomon's import of horses was from Egypt and Q. And the king's traders received them from Q at a price. And
Whoa. Mine says, and Solomon had horses brought out of Egypt and linen yarn. And the king's merchants received the linen yarn at a price.
Huh.
Okay. That's weird. That's very different.
Yeah.
That's because the King James Bible's trash.
No
Also,
way,
yes.
KJV only. NIV sucks. Go team.
Go team.
KJV.
Yeah, team KJV.
The King James team.
We have a mascot. It's just the Burger King.
King.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. A chariot could be imported from Egypt for 600 shekels of silver, and a horse for 150. And so through the king's traders they were exported to all the kings of the Hittites and the kings of Syria. So are they claiming that the success of other nations was somehow contingent upon other nations
Are you saying trade?
Yeah.
getting stuff?
No. It's not just that. We're providing them with chariots
Yeah,
and
and
horses.
horses, yeah.
So we are explicitly producing military vessels for other nations at this point.
I mean, yeah.
Here's a question. Did you notice that Solomon was wise in his decision to make more chariots than have horsemen?
Wow, he's so wise.
Yeah, he knew. He knew that some of those chariots would get fucked up. And he'd have to make more.
You know how
Smart
wise
guy.
he was that he supplied literally surrounding kingdoms with military goods for a long period of time?
Bad stuff.
Yeah, but anyways, that was the end of chapter 10. And definitely, if you guys are enjoying the stream, drop a like. Really helps us out. Subscribe if you haven't. All that good stuff. Share it around. We would like more people in here.
But what's that strange interference?
Yeah, I hear that too. Are you getting that, Chris? The strange interference?
What's going on again?
Behold, I am your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I want to let all you heathens and sinners know that I support this wonderful episode of Atheist Sunday School. Lawrence and Reuben try their very best to bring you the true glory of the Bible, and they need your help. They have provided links to their Patreon page and other social media just for you. Once again, my name is Jesus Christ, and this is Milwaukee Atheists. The Lord is with them. God bless.
Wow. Thanks, Jesus. That's really nice of you.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's like he hacks our stream at the second chapter every time.
I mean, he's God. What do you expect? He's got all these magical powers.
He just makes interference.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
seriously, we're trying to do a show here, Jesus.
He's trying to gift all of our viewers the wisdom of Solomon.
That's true, he is.
Or
Thanks,
the strength of Hercules or Achilles, your choice.
Yes. And for those of us who have their little altars to us, the viewers who have their altars to us underneath their beds or in their closets or in the corners of the room.
No one has an altar to you guys.
Oh,
you don't know that.
I bet Dwayne has a little corner where he throws all of the T-shirts that we sent him.
Probably.
That's an altar.
Same
I don't
with
know
Landon.
why it is, but every single time I'm on this show, I'm instantly just reminded of Wayne's World.
Party time. Excellent.
Excellent. My name is Wayne Campbell. I'm from Aurora, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. Excellent.
Party on me.
Okay, so
She's a real babe. Shaboing.
that was horrifying, Chris.
What did I do?
Okay, let's hop right into chapter 11. And I think
Okay.
that's gonna.
OT wants money instead.
I get
Fair
to
enough.
read about Solomon's wives. I get the best part.
Streamlabs donations are still disabled for Milwaukee Atheists.
That's weird. We're gonna have to fix that.
What's up? I can look at that right now.
Okay, yeah, take a look at it, because Landon is having problems with Streamlabs.
That's weird. I'm
Well,
going to
either
the
way,
donation settings.
Either way, super chats still work, but we'll still try to get it figured out.
Yeah.
Super chats don't work.
What?
Okay. Solomon's wives, chapter 11. King Solomon, however, loved many foreign women besides Pharaoh's daughter, Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites.
He does
They
not
were
discriminate.
From nations from which the Lord had told the Israelites, you must not intermarry with them, because they will surely turn your hearts after other gods.
Tisk, tisk.
He fucked up.
Yep, Solomon, he couldn't keep it in his pants. That was his one weakness. Nevertheless, Solomon held fast to them in love. He had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines, and his wives led him astray. If I had
Wow.
700 wives and 300 concubines, they could do what they want. Lead me astray all you want.
That is too much. How?
No, there's no such thing as too much sex.
I think that's too much. That's just a lot. Like, I'd be so exhausted.
You need to please 1,000 girls.
That's a lot. That is a lot of people.
Oh, wait, Chris, remember when we were talking about that disease that could make me, pop out, some arms and stuff?
Yeah, what
That's
about
why
it?
I need the extra arms.
Oh, to please a thousand
1,000
women?
women.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need 100 arms to please 1,000 women?
It would still be difficult because you have to concentrate on all those arms. Like, you'd be mentally stressed. Okay, anyways.
No.
Well, that's why you need the wisdom.
What you do is you just turn like this, and then you just rock forward.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
You
They
don't
gotta
even
be
have
all
to
set up.
concentrate that hard. Just make sure all of the women just line up properly.
Yeah, that's true.
Just, now that we
Solomon's
talk about
life.
this, there's going to be some weird porn that comes out. Okay. Moving on. As Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not fully devoted to the Lord his God, as the heart of David his father had been. He followed Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Sidonians, and Moloch, the detestable god of the Ammonites.
Mine says Milcom.
Yeah, mine also says Milcom, but it's really just it's the same thing. It's
Yeah,
I think
it's all based around the triconsonant root
Yeah.
with Mem, Lamech, and Kof.
yeah, and it means the letters. It means king, right?
It denotes royalty, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Landon Knoll,
yes.
for your donation.
Yeah,
Upside down 666.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was pretty sure it was working. I was just checking Streamlabs right now and all the stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's the same key. Yeah, that's the same stuff, and the browser source is there. Everything's cool. I was pretty sure.
Weird. Okay.
I think my favorite one, though, is that it mentions that he worshipped Ashtoreth, or, Asherah.
Yeah, I mean, they're they're all so similar though. Like in these, a lot of the gods in these cultures are just so similar to each other.
Oh, actually, it could be actually my note's saying that it actually could be Astarte.
Yeah, Rachel has Astarte, which is just
So-
Ishtar.
Yeah, there's currently a big debate over whether or not Asherah was actually worshipped. Astarte probably was still worshipped around the time.
Yeah, they
There's
probably
actually
just had.
debate over whether or not Moloch even existed as a deity. There are actually there are quite a few scholars actually don't even think Moloch was a real deity, and he was just made up as a polemic.
Right, that would make sense, but that's just interesting.
But John Day does actually have a paper out where he argues that Moloch might have existed in Ugaritic texts. So
Fair enough.
the debate is
Raging.
Raging,
Rawr!
Okay.
as debates do.
So Solomon did evil in the eyes of the Lord. He did not follow the Lord completely as David his father had done. Literally just repetitive as crap right there.
Yeah.
On a hill east of Jerusalem, Solomon built a high place for Chemosh, the detestable god of Moab, and for Moloch, the detestable god of the Ammonites. I just love that.
I have abomination instead of
Yeah,
detestable.
mine also says abomination.
Same thing.
Yeah, I think it's in Daniel. There's a reference to something called the abomination of desolation, and I think that's really cool.
The detestable god of desolation.
I forget what the chapter and verse was, but I think it's in Daniel.
Also, Chemosh is just one of my favorites, mostly just because of the Moabite inscription. Have any of you guys ever read that?
Totally.
I haven't. No.
It's great because it was after a war that the Moabites won against Israel, and so they're literally just sitting there shitting on Israel and Yahweh,
Great.
and they're like, "Look how great Chemosh is." Okay. He did the same for all his foreign wives who burned incense and offered sacrifices to their gods. The Lord became angry with Solomon because his heart had turned away from the Lord, the God of Israel, and had appeared to him twice. Although he had forbidden Solomon to follow other gods, Solomon did not keep the Lord's command. So the Lord said to Solomon, "Since this is your attitude, and you have not kept my covenant and my decrees, which I have commanded you, I will most certainly tear the kingdom away from you and give it to one of your subordinates. Nevertheless, for the sake of David, your father, I will not do it during your lifetime. I will tear it out of the hand of your son. Yet I will not tear the whole kingdom from him, but will give him one tribe for the sake of David, my servant, and for the sake of Jerusalem, which I have chosen."
You know,
At least he's a little bit more charitable than usual.
yeah, and it's really weird. It's like, this guy is a big sinner, apparently, but he's not going to punish him. He's going to wait until the next guy to start dishing out punishments. Because morals.
Yeah. Well, it's because he just respects
Solomon.
David so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though David was a piece of shit.
So many people are pieces of shit in here.
Okay. Now we get to Solomon's adversaries.
Ooh.
Then the Lord raised up against Solomon an adversary, Hadad, the Edomite from the royal line of Edom. Notice his name.
Yeah, Hadad.
Yeah.
That was the
Literally,
name.
he's freaking Baal.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, I think this guy is also referenced in Genesis, in a list of Edomite kings. But the thing is, that's like one of the reasons we know Moses couldn't have wrote it, because the list of kings that he gives includes kings that he would not have access to. He would not have the knowledge of these kings. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure that's in Genesis. I think it's closer to the end somewhere.
Yeah, Genesis has a whole genealogy for the kings of Edom.
Yeah, and it's like, he couldn't have known this shit.
Chapter 36, the generations of Esau, who was Edom.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
And what's the name of the guy?
Hadad.
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 Think Baal Hadad.
Yeah.
It was common for rulers, particularly in Canaanite areas, to name themselves after Baal. Actually, we also have Babylonian and Assyrian rulers that did that as well.
Theophany was just so common in those times.
Yeah. They'd often name themselves like, derivatives of that, the same way that the Egyptians would do things like Tutmosis
Yeah.
or Ramesses and stuff like that.
Okay, so it says in verse 35, and Husham died, and Hadad the son of Bedad, who smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead, and the name of his city was Avith, and Hadad died, and Samlah of Marekah reigned in his stead.
All right. Well, let's continue reading and see how much stuff is there.
Yep.
Okay. Joab, the commander of the army who had gone up to bury the dead, had struck down all the men in Edom. Joab and all the Israelites stayed there for 6 months until they had destroyed all the men in Edom. Must have been a breeding problem after that. But Hadad, still only a boy, fled to Egypt with some Edomite officials who had served his father. They set out from Midian and went to Paran. Then, taking people from Paran with them, they went to Egypt, to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, who gave Hadad a house and a land and provided him with food. Pharaoh was so pleased with Hadad that he gave him a sister of his own wife, Queen Tahpenes, in marriage. The sister of Tahpenes bore him a son named Genubath, who Tahpenes brought up in the royal palace. There Genubath lived with Pharaoh's own children. While he was in Egypt, Hadad heard that David rested with his ancestors and that Joab, the commander of the army, was also dead. Then Hadad said to Pharaoh, "Let me go, that I may return to my own country." "What have you lacked here that you want back in your own country?" Pharaoh asked. "Nothing," Hadad replied, "but do let me go." It's like, all right, why you want to go? No reason, just let me go.
Okay.
And God raised up Solomon another adversary, Rezon, son of Eliadah, who had fled from his master Hadadezer. Goodness gracious, these names.
Yeah, seriously.
King of Zobah. When David destroyed Zobah's army, Rezon gathered a band of men around him and became their leader. They went to Damascus, where they settled and took control. Rezon was Israel's adversary as long as Solomon lived, adding to the trouble caused by Hadad. So Rezon ruled in Aram and was hostile towards Israel.
Man, God, he said he wasn't going to do anything, but then he did something.
Oh, God.
He's just pissing off Solomon and making everyone's life more difficult.
Well, he's got to get them prepped for when Solomon dies so that his son can get totally fucked.
Obviously, yeah, because morals. Hashtag blame the Bible.
And they're still fighting to
this day.
Oh, great.
Also, Jeroboam, son of Nebat, rebelled against the king. He was one of Solomon's officials, an Ephraimite from Zeredah, and his mother was a widow named Zeruiah. Here is the account of how he rebelled against the king. Solomon had built up terraces and filled in the gap in the wall of the city of David, his father. Now Jeroboam was a man of standing, and when Solomon saw how well the young man did his work, he put him in charge of the whole labor force of the tribes of Joseph. About that time, Jeroboam was going out of Jerusalem when Ahijah, the prophet of Shiloh, met him on the way, wearing a new cloak. The two of them were alone out in the country, and Ahijah took hold of the new cloak he was wearing and tore it into 12 pieces. Then he said to Jeroboam, "Take 10 pieces for yourself, for this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. See, I am going to tear the kingdom out of Solomon's hand and give you 10 tribes. But for the sake of my servant David and the city of Jerusalem, which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, he will have 1 tribe. I will do this because they have forsaken me and my worship, and worshipped Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Sidonians, Chemosh, the god of the Moabites, and Moloch, the god of the Ammonites, and have not walked in obedience to me, nor done what is right in my eyes, nor kept my decrees and laws as Solomon's father did."
Oh, okay. Hold up. What were you saying, Ruben? Something about the translation thing?
Oh yeah, so when it talks about Ahijah, what exactly does yours say about it?
That he was a prophet of Shiloh.
See, mine says that he's a prophet, but it doesn't say that he's a prophet of Shiloh. It just says that he's a Shilonite.
Yeah, of Shiloh.
Yeah, that makes
Well, I
him
think
a
they're
prophet of
different.
Shiloh.
No, that means...
I think there are different implications because in this one it well no, never mind, because Shiloh is currently under the banner of Israel, right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so...
Moot.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. But I will not take the whole kingdom out of Solomon's hand. I have made him ruler all the days of his life for the sake of David my servant, whom I chose and who obeyed my commands and decrees. I will take the kingdom from his son's hands and give you 10 tribes. I will give you 1 tribe to his son, so that David my servant may always have a lamp before me in Jerusalem, the city where I chose to put my name.
Okay, so Jerusalem, the most important city that has ever existed.
Yeah.
Right here. That was all the commentary. The most important city. That's where shit goes down.
Yep. However, as for you, I will take you, and you will rule over all that your heart desires. You will be king over Israel if you do whatever I command you, and walk in obedience to me, and do what is right in my eyes by obeying my decrees and commands, as David my servant did. I will be with you. I will build you a dynasty as enduring as the one I built for David, and will give Israel to you. I will humble David's descendants because of this.
3
not
generations?
forever.
Just 3 generations, dude? Oh yeah, what a great promise.
And the thing is, this obviously contradicts other statements he's made. The
Yeah.
dynastic promise.
Right.
Well,
forever. No, not forever. Conditional now.
Until I take it back, too.
Because we had personal problems, so we had to add this in. we had some shit going down, and that was no longer true. So now to make it true, again,
What
we
a
had
shitty
conditional.
God.
I mean, yeah, we knew that.
Oh, you guys? I forgot about you guys again. Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Chapter 12 has golden calves.
Yes, it does.
But
Are we done?
We're not.
Okay, no, we've got a few verses left.
All right.
Solomon tried to kill Jeroboam, but Jeroboam fled to Egypt to Shishak, the king, and stayed there until Solomon's death. And finally, as for the other events of Solomon's reign, all he did and the wisdom he displayed, are they not written in the book of the Annals of Solomon? Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel 40 years. Then he rested with his ancestors and was buried in the city of David, his father. And Rehoboam, his son, succeeded him as king. The end.
So what's the book of
Of
the
chapter
Acts of
11.
Solomon?
Well, this is another one of those references to a book that they may have used as a source for some of this.
That doesn't exist anymore.
That we don't have. Yeah, we don't have a copy of it. Like the Book of Generations, the War Scroll of Yahweh. I think that was one of them. Stuff like that.
So it doesn't exist, and they're just saying it. So
Well,
that
maybe-
we
Well,
don't have
we
to-
don't have it.
It may have existed.
Yeah, it might have.
Well, it might have existed, but it might not have.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch
I mean,
of stuff that.
sure,
yeah,
it also
yeah.
might not have.
Yes. Thanks, Ruben.
Do we have anything that would suggest that it did?
Yes,
well,
this book.
We can corroborate some of the stuff, like Shishak's, raids, I guess. His, it's in his own inscriptions.
Yeah.
So we can at least confirm some of this in a sense.
But there's another book later on called Acts, isn't there?
Yeah, that's
And it
Acts,
has
that's
no-
Acts of the Apostles.
Okay, but it has nothing to do with
No.
this book of Acts.
Not even little.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Wow. It's just acting like it is.
All right. So next time we are going over the golden calves.
Finally.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to be releasing a video either this week or like before or next week after, but definitely before next week's. Sorry, but definitely before the week after that show.
yeah.
Uh,
And bring over your DS.
no.
I'll give you a golden
Oh
calf.
yeah, that's right. You were going to catch a shiny Taurus, right?
Yeah, they're golden.
Yeah. So that's going to be coming up next time. You're going to get a lot of context. It took a long time to read through all the stuff and write the script for that. I'm almost done with the script. It's very close to done.
How much more than the last time I edited?
A good amount. They're like 6 pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have more for me to edit.
Yeah. So, anyways, that is the end of the chapter. I really got nothing else to say. No more announcements. Do you have anything? Because I don't.
Not
No?
really.
Okay.
How's those occult videos
they're-
ideas coming?
Yeah. How's the occult, their esoteric
Well,
Nazism video going?
It's coming along very slowly. I have a lot of sources to work with, but it's hard to go through all of my sources like in a reasonable time frame.
No, yeah, I get that.
So, yeah.
It'll be there when it is there. All right. Anything
Okay.
else, guys?
Anyways, if you guys are not subscribed to Biblical History Skeptics, you should subscribe, because once he starts producing like more in-depth content, it should be great. But they have their own Bible reading show. I don't. Do you guys go over it like the way it's in there, or what's the setup for it? Because
we read it through, and then at the end of each section, we have a discussion over it, like over the textual history or whatever questions come up as a result. And then we also do we have some commentary that we'll read. Brian likes to always bring up some of his old apologist nonsense that he has lying around, like Stephen Quayle's books and stuff like that. So yeah, mostly like this, but occasionally we'll get in a little bit more in depth into like the nitty gritty of the scholarship.
yeah, I definitely think that with the sources that you have with your knowledge base, I think if you worked on like edited videos.
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting into those eventually. It's
Yeah.
mostly just the time consumption problem right now.
Yeah, makes sense.
But also, shameless plug though for tonight. I'm going to be on Shannon Q's channel, and I'm going to be debating Jonathan Sheffield on the Pericope Adulterae.
Yeah, and he's also a fucking Matthew First.
Yeah, he also is in the Matthean priority. Like, good grief.
Yeah, and he thinks that the Pericope Adulterae is authentic too, and he thinks it does. I don't know. Does he think that the Johannine Comma is also authentic?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. That is the
He also thinks the long ending of Mark is authentic.
I know. I get that, but like the Johannine Comma is like the most unforgivable one out of all those to think is authentic.
I am planning on debating him on the Johannine Comma eventually as well.
Okay. Because holy shit. Anyways, but yeah, the Pericope Adulterae. If you, the viewer, do not know, it's not authentic. The story of Jesus and the woman taking adultery. I have a whole video on it. It goes pretty in depth.
And you should go watch.
There's literally
that video.
no debate on it in scholarship. I know of only like 3 scholars in the entire world that still think it's legit.
I know one guy who, when he was a Christian, he wrote a paper arguing for. He acknowledged that it wasn't original, but he still thought it happened.
Yeah, there are a number of scholars that think that.
Oh, okay. That's just such a weird position for me, but okay. Anyways, I don't think it either happened, and I don't think it's original. But anyways, that's the end of the show for today, guys. If you guys want the complete scripts for our videos, when
you
we
can become a $1 patron.
$1 a month patron.
Behind the scenes.
You get the scripts. And that's a lot of information. Just control F in that shit whenever you're looking for something. It's going to be amazing. $5 patronage gets you any books that we publish. We already have one. Mine, it's not very good, but you get it with your patronage. $10 patrons get included into the t-shirt giveaway, which was won by Samantha this month. $20 patronage. You get, we have monthly hangouts, so you get, a link to those, and also you get a free, entrance into any events that we hold in the future, and we do plan on holding events in the
There's
future.
something coming up eventually.
Yeah, I'm working on something with Joe and Milwaukee Humanists right now.
Okay.
So you get free entrance into those, and then $50 patrons come on the show once a month. Like Landon does. And Landon is a happy camper.
Yeah.
And Landon liked your book.
Yeah, for some weird reason, Landon liked my book. Thank you, Landon.
And if you want to read Lawrence's book,
You can.
you can.
You can buy it too.
You can do that. You can also
buy
just,
it, You can be a
But
patron.
I don't suggest it. Not the one that I already have. But anyways, that's the end of the show for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Go subscribe to Biblical History Skeptics. Stay tuned for some good stuff coming out pretty soon, because I'm almost done with my thing. So,
Live
everybody,
long and prosper.
we will see you next
Sunday.
Sunday.